Namaskaram yogis, this is Rachel Wilkins. For this little installment practice, I'm going to work on grounding through the hips, gently opening up through the hips, really opening through the side body. In a slow, peaceful, calming way. Remembering if you are in areas where the air is still hazardous from the fires, to not take your deep ujjayi. Just regular breathing. It's been advised to not really exert yourself at this time, so just take it gentle. This is more to drop into the body and to relax and get out of that fight or flight. I know a lot of you have been evacuated. A lot of you are anxious or have lost your home. Completely ungrounding, completely unsettling, and this is a way to come back to yourself. And remember our greater connection. Let's get started in a little gentle hip opener. We have a nice variation on Sukhasana. So basically, let's start with the right shin in front, and the heels and the knees are more or less stacked here. Also think of it as a soft version of double pigeon, which if you're feeling double pigeon, awesome, go for it. You just never want to feel any knee pain and hip opening. You want to make sure you're not forcing it. So no forcing. Receive and soften here. That's our intention. Also, heels are about stacked. And then letting the sits bones drop down. And if you can, a forward tilt of the pelvis, like you're spilling a bowl of water forward. Cool? And if you find any excess strain in the lower back, you can just use a little pillow to elevate the hips. Let the sits bones ground down. Let's start with just a halfway lift. Start to walk your fingertips forward. Good. And then rather than rounding through the spine here, really feel this beautiful arch, this lift. Lifting from the crown, rounding down to the tail. Take a soft inhale through the nose. Open mouth, maybe stick out the tongue, soft exhale. Like a little puppy dog. Two more like that. Inhale. Open mouth. And one more time, just remembering to breathe. And the power of the inhale, the power of the exhale. And from here, if you'd like, you can start to round down, drawing the chin in towards the chest. Coming to your forearms if you'd like. You make little half circles of the chin from side to side. Yeah, whatever feels best to you. Cool? If you'd like to support your head here, you can support your head on a block, maybe a book. And just feel your sits bones grounding. So feeling your connection with the center of the earth, pulling you down. Feel your roots. Becoming aware of any unnecessary tension or gripping in the body. From the neck to the shoulders. Maybe the inner thighs are gripping. And you're just remembering to soften. Feeling a sense of safety, of security in your body. If you'd like to add on with some gentle movement here, just slowly meandering over to one side. Maybe adding a side stretch, so letting the top arm open up, and there's this beautiful unfurling feeling here. So you open up and slowly melting down, flowing over to the other side. So you're grounding down through this hip as you open to the side body. Breathe into your gills, feeling that softness of breath. Few more rounds, flowing slowly through center. And then opening up. Settling through center. Let's take a halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Round on up. Fingertips come back. Spin the legs. They do a little point and flex. And then switching sides. That's a left shin in front now. Feel free to readjust, maybe pulling the flesh out from underneath the hips so you can feel that grounding down to the sits bones. Heels and knees more or less stacked. Start by finding that length. And this time we're going to start with a little twist. So let's start by rotating to the right, finding length from root to crown. The right shoulder soften back. If you'd like to continue the twist through the cervical spine, rotating back, gazing past the right shoulder. Let the belly be soft, jaw is soft, without wringing out like you're squeezing a sponge out. And release. Bring up through center, maybe reaching your arms up to cultivate more length, more spaciousness in the body. And then rotating the other way. And maybe gazing over the left shoulder this time. And feel a sense of almost tipping back here. And hands can be wherever you feel most supported. So maybe one hand on the thigh, the other hand back behind you. Just don't feel like you're wrenching yourself into the twist. Let it be gentle. And release, rotating through center. Melting down, maybe letting the elbows come wide. And we'll do a few waves through our spine here. So lengthening up to the heart. And then exhale, bowing down. A few rounds like that. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhale, feel that spinal wave as you bow down. One more like this. Inhaling. And exhale. And let's roll on up. Give the legs a little shake out. And then come onto your back. Feet about hip width. Good. And walk the fingertips down, brush the heels with the fingertips, and then just kind of peek from side to side to make sure the outer edges of your feet are more or less parallel. And then let the shoulders relax down. Good, finding that spaciousness across the collarbones. Ground down into the heels. And take it slow, so feeling your roots. So you slowly roll up, lifting the hips, one vertebra at a time. As long as there's no excess tension by the neck and the shoulders, it feels amazing. Lift your arms up overhead. Take a full inhale at the top. Exhale at the mouth. Nice soft breath as you roll down one vertebra at a time, letting your arms drift down with you. Do two more like that, finding your rhythm with your breath. Inhale, slow rise, lifting the hips. Exhale, drifting down. Maybe letting the hips sway a little bit from side to side. So think of a gentle leaf or a snowflake drifting down. One more time. Inhale, slow rise. Swing that upward pull. Exhale, slow drift down. And pause. Let the feet come out about mat width now, so they're pretty wide here. And then do a slow windshield wiper from side to side. Arms out to the sides, bending the arms, cactus arms. Slow flow, inhaling through center. Exhale, drop the knees. Inhale through center. Exhale over to the other side. Slow windshield wiper. One more time each side like this. And slowly draw the knees in towards the chest. Give the knees a little circle in one direction. And then the other. The hands come underneath your thighs. Ooh, yeah. Turns into slow spinal rolls. And then see if you can get enough momentum. You can rock all the way into a soft forward fold, keeping a soft bend in the knees. And the feeling here is swaying like seaweed in the waves. So just loose and floppy. Letting that sacred flow of water. Sacred water is jala, jala. Head is heavy. Good. We'll make our way sideways from here, so you can just step one leg back. Good. Keeping a soft bend in your knees. Hands underneath the shoulders. Lifting up halfway, ground down to the heels. If this is too much on the hamstrings, just keep a soft bend in the knees. Exhale, soften the knees and fold. 2 more times like that. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders relax, heart is open. Exhale, fold and bow. 1 more time, inhale halfway. And then center your right hand right underneath the shoulders. This is too much. You can use a block here to elevate. So you want the shoulders to be about in line with the hips here. Then feel the rotation right where your ribs are as you start to twist to the left. And from here you can bring your left hand to your lower back. This is nice, especially if you have any sensitivity there, any SI issues. It reminds you to be soft. If you'd like to add on, extending the left arm up towards the sky. You can also take a bind behind the back here. Keep shifting the hips back as much as you're opening up through the chest. 1 more inhale. Soft exhale to release. Heels and toes out, a little seaweed sway from side to side. Painting the earth with your fingertips. Settling through center. Other side, starting with that halfway lift, cultivating length. Center the left hand. Feel this lengthened state as you start to rotate gently to the right. And just start with the hand to the lower back. Let the left shoulder blade draw down the back, creating spaciousness along the shoulders. And if you'd like, spread across your wingspan, right arm reaches up. Maybe taking a half bind. And this half bind is to gently rotate the top shoulder open. Shift the hips back as much as you're extending forward through the crown. Focus on that natural flow of breath. One more. Oh yeah. And release. Heels and toes out. Soft sway. Starting to shift towards a little skandasana flow, so bending one leg, flowing through center, over to the other side. Also sensitive knees, you're going to keep it up high. It feels fine on the knees. Dropping it down low without hyperextending into the knee, so make sure you just keep a little lift through the kneecap, open through the heart. Slow flow through center, over to the other side. Do a few rounds. Flowing side to side, you can play around with levels here, so maybe bringing it up high, then dropping it down low. And feel a real fluidity here, so you're riding the currents. Good. And if there's any arm variation you love, go for it. So it's sometimes nice to just extend one arm, and then the other. If you need to leave your hands down for support, you leave them there. Maybe hands to the heart. You're feeling a little bit more warrior archer energy. Your little archer arms pulling your bow back, flowing through center, over to the other side. And last few breaths. Feeling a freedom in your body, freedom in your practice. Maybe closing the eyes, looking within. Alright. We'll just meet up in a little prasarita as you're ready. Straightening the legs, either reaching the arms out in front or just letting them hang. Feel the pelvis tilting forward, hips lifting up, inner thighs pulling back, heels grounding, lifting up through the inner arches. Two more soft breaths here. Halfway lift as you're ready. And then heels and toes out. Bend the knees. And then hop them in. A little malasan, yogic squat, just for a breath. Then use your hands if you need to, coming down to your butt. And then coming onto your back. And for our final pose today, it's actually nice to be close to a wall. If you're close to a wall, you can just kind of scooch up to a wall. For one of my favorite poses, legs up the wall. And it's exactly how it sounds. So you just scooch up to a wall, extending the legs, putting as little effort in here as possible. It's also nice to elevate the hips, especially if your back is a little sensitive, hamstrings are tight. This is a great way to reverse the flow of energy. It's very anti-inflammatory. Shifts us into the parasympathetic nervous. That space of deep relaxation, deep healing. Space of receiving, of not doing. A space of restoration. This is a great lunar way to get your inversion in your practice without overexerting, over-efforting. And for me, this is always a pose I do when I need to ground, come back to myself. Oftentimes, the mat becomes your home. You find that sense of ease, of comfort. Where you can just be you. Eyes can close here. Melting, relaxing. This is where I'll leave you, yogis. So it's nice to stay here for about 5-10 minutes, especially if you've had a long day. And just slowly releasing after that. But as I said, you take your time. Be well, be safe. Thank you for sharing your light, sharing your love. Om Shanti, Shanti. Namaste.